Hello, it's Matt Gibbs from Matt Gibbs Consulting, and today we're talking with Alys Stuart from Together We Balance, and we've just been out for a Nordic walk. Alyss is one of my Nordic walking members, but we're just going to have a little bit of a talk about life, business, work-life balance, and being fit for business. So I'll just introduce Alyss. Alyss, just tell me a little bit about you and Together We Balance.
Okay. Together We Balance is my own business. I do employ a couple of staff. Been going for nearly a year, fully self-employed. I'm a bookkeeper and accountancy services provider, so it's very easy to always focus on money and cost and things in business. But what I've also discovered is it's important as well to think about how you're spending your time. So when you're looking at a cost-benefit analysis, for instance, of anything that you do, it's easy to look at the money and the money coming in. The next step you look at is time, how much it's costing you and how much maybe time it saves. But it doesn't always follow that something that costs you a lot is going to benefit you a lot, and it doesn't always follow that if you're not spent a lot of time or cost on something, that it's not going to benefit you a lot. And one of the things I spend a little bit of time on, but not an awful lot of money on, is Nordic walking. And for me, there's a huge benefit. It benefits me in that it gets me out of the office and away from my desk. It benefits me and it's helping me to get fit and healthy and lose weight. I meet lots and lots of people, and being fit and healthy in business is so important. If I'm not well, my business stops, and it's not just me, it's my staff as well. And it's really important to take care of yourself. Yes, you can have insurance policies in place that may well pay out if you're ill or something like that, but it's still going to damage your business, it's still going to damage your reputation. So you need to take that bit of time, spend maybe a little bit of money looking after yourself and your health and your future. So how's that?
I love that, that's great. Yeah, I mean, that's my total ethos is, if you know my story, I was a bit of a workaholic. I worked too much behind a computer screen for too many hours of each day. I got chronic back and neck problems, was overweight, had high blood pressure, a lot of these things that a lot of people our age seem to be becoming, that becomes part of their life and lifestyle, and then we get told that that's just normal, and most people have that, and then you get told to take medication, all that sort of rubbish. And what I found was, when I started focusing, I made a commitment to myself to improve my health, and was able to improve my physical health, my blood parameters, changed the way that I ate food, exercised, and looked and felt, and it improved my energy levels. And then that made me realise I can do this, and that allowed me to then work on my neck and back problems. So I was able to change things around. You look at me today and say, well, you must have always been healthy, and I wasn't, and that's why I'm very keen to promote this fit for business for business leaders, for entrepreneurs, people who are particularly those people who are in small businesses, working by themselves or with a couple of people. And when you're starting off in business, it's not just you and your specific service that you are delivering and that you're capable of doing. There's a whole host of other things. So it's like Alyss does, the bookkeeping, there's the accountancy, there's the marketing, the promotion, the networking, and there can just be so many plates to spin, particularly in those early days. And that then takes your attention away from yourself and your health. And when you take your attention away from your health, then what can happen is you can get further down the line, a few years down the line, your business might be growing and improving, but what's happening is that your health is degrading, and you're not giving yourself that time to focus on you, which you are the key driver behind your business. You might build up your business, have staff, but ultimately if you are out of action due to ill health, then do you have systems in place to keep that business running? So it's really nice to hear from Alyss, Alyss's take on things. And just tell me a little bit, how do you make this part of your lifestyle?
I have to be very careful with how I schedule into my diary. It's very easy for me to get busy being busy, so I forward plan and I book in Nordic walking as a business appointment. It's an appointment for me to spend time on my health, and it's not a social occasion or a jolly or anything like that. It's a very, very important part of my business, so I plan it in and I book it in, and it doesn't get moved. If a client's that desperate, I'll go and see them straight after, but I don't move my Nordic walking appointment with myself.
Yeah, and you know, we've both been to networking events in the past, and that, you know, in those initial days it becomes, let's go to those networking events, let's meet people, and we program that in. So like you just said there, let's program in this activity, and in Alys's case, in my case, it's Nordic walking. In your case, it might be just walking, it might be swimming, it might be running, it might be anything. You know, I'm all for the activity to make you more active, to sit less, to move more, and just generally get that level of movement programmed into your weekly schedule, so that helps you. You know, as we sit down for too long, too many hours, we're in that sedentary position that causes tightness in the body. We can tend to, you know, we might not drink enough. Alyss, talk about hydration.
It's really important to drink enough. My target is 2 litres a day. I do struggle to get there, but more recently I've managed to buy myself a nice shiny bottle that sits on my desk so I remember to drink, and it doesn't just stop you feeling thirsty, it actually helps your brain to work. So if I'm having a tough time in the afternoon and I really think about what I'm doing, usually I find that I'm not had enough to drink it during the day. So it's really important to just hydrate, have a drink of water. If you can't stand the water, if you've only got access to a tap, chuck a little something in it. But
so what do we chuck in the water?
For me, I use a product called a fizz stick. It's a nice healthy sort of energy boost drink from Arbonne, which is something I work with, but it's got nutrients in there and some energy. It's like an energy drink without all the sugar and the nasties, for me.
But you've tried fruit as well?
I've tried a bit of fruit.
Or cucumber, have you tried that?
I've tried the cucumber, but it's
yeah, doesn't work for everyone.
Doesn't work for everyone. But
Lenka likes that a lot. My wife, I don't mind drinking that. You know, you can add lemon into the water, lemon and salt, electrolytes in there, and again, it's your choice how to do that. But just these little simple steps, improving your hydration, programming in some walking or some activity, by virtue of putting it into your diary. That way that once you program it in, you write it in, you know it's an appointment, and your brain's already starting to engage with that for the coming week, and there's less of a tendency to back out from it, or program in some work, which may just be working for the sake of working, as you were saying. Yeah.
Busy fools.
Great, Alyss, nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For sharing some of your insights and wisdom, and yeah, if anyone wants to get in touch with Alyss about bookkeeping and her services, Alyss, you're going to be doing some courses and things like that, is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up some workshops that are maybe more accessible cost-wise for smaller businesses or start-up businesses, just to sort of give you the basics, give you the right points so you can head off in the right direction, maybe before you can afford a bookkeeper to do it for you or an accountant to do it, and show you how much you can actually do for yourself relatively easily if you know where you're looking.
Great, super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.